Well, hi guys. It's the 2nd of September today, Saturday. Officially in the gardening calendar, the first day or the second day of autumn. Let me just show you around the plot. I'm not going to give you a complete tour because you know what it is by now. I'm hoping to get this bed done today. I'll dig it all out. Apart from the spinach, which seems to be regrowing, and sort that out, get it all mulched and everything and covered over with weed suppressant for the winter. Leeks are still doing well, although there is some rust on some of the leaves. Sometime this weekend I'll get rid of this bucket of weeds. I need to get rid of that dustbin there, although it is useful for collecting rainwater, but I don't have any uses for them. I've got about 2 or 3 of them and I don't know why. They were just left by the previous plot holder. We're supposed to be having a meeting today of all the plot holders, followed by a barbecue. The only thing is, we haven't got a barbecue, so we don't know whether that's going to happen. But Wendy and I, my wife, have decided that we'll have a little barbecue on our own, and if anybody brings something and they just want to use the charcoals for cooking it on, they can do. So me, I've never actually been in the Boy Scouts, but I've always been good at innovating things and stuff. That seems to be one of my strong points. And necessity being the mother of invention, I'm going to build a small barbecue using an old oven tray and an old oven shelf. It's not going to be a very big one, probably fit 4 burgers on it, but at least it'll do the job. And these blocks here, and I'm going to construct it there. Okay, and that's about it for now. There's nothing happening in the greenhouse. The tomatoes are shining up and beginning to ripen, but most of them of course are still green. As you can see, I've cleared this off. The water butts are in place, just need to plumb them in. I have a tap on order for that one. That should be here next Tuesday or Wednesday, and then I'll come down and replace the tap on that because it is leaking. And we should have two serviceable water butts. This little hole here, the overflow pipe, I'm just going to put a normal toilet cistern overflow pipe in there and have it go into this blue thing here, and then if it does overflow, rather than using water out the butts, we can just use that as a dip tank and dip the watering cans in it as and when we need them. Okay, so I'm going to disappear now, and I'm going to try and build this barbecue. I'll get back to you when it's constructed and let you know, or let you see what I've actually done. So there we go. Other than that, it's 8:30 on a beautiful, beautiful morning. Just listen to those birds. Oh God, happy days, happy days. I'll see you later. Bye bye for now. Right, okay guys, this is the makeshift barbecue. Oven bottom tray and a grill shelf that goes on top. It's not much, but it'll cook me burgers and me sausages, and it's better than night. Because I was supposed to be having a communal barbecue today, but nobody seems to have bothered, and we didn't have a barbecue to start with, which was a little bit of how can I put it? It's a bit difficult when you've not got a barbecue to have a barbecue, isn't it? I hope next year's is more organised, but me and Wendy, or Wendy and I, are just going to cook some beef burgers and sausages on this little makeshift thing and have some lunch, and it'll be gorgeous. See you later. Right, okay guys, down on the plot again. It's Saturday the 10th of September. Not really doing anything today because it's raining. Just come down really to make sure everything was okay. Give you a little plot tour. There you go, my Swiss chard is growing away nicely. Bed needs a little bit of a weed. That's why we plant things in rows, then we can tell which is weeds and which isn't. The leeks, what can I say about the leeks? The leeks are leaking away and growing away nicely. I'll leave them in the beds to overwinter and just dig them up when we want them. There were a few leaves on them that had rust, but I just took them off and bobbed them on the weed pile for burning as and when we can get some weather to have a bonfire. And of course then the ashes can go back on the beds. Beans are doing well still. Like I said before, I'm just going to sorry about the wind, I'm trying to shield it as much as possible. But what I'm going to do is just let them run to seed and dry out, and then I'll save some seed for next season, and the rest we can use over the winter period in stews and stuff. And what's happening with this is another plot holder's plot. She started off doing quite well, but I think she's not doing that well now because half of it's covered in tarpaulin. Maybe next season, let's see what she can do. Okay, I've been round in the greenhouse. I've took some red tomatoes off actually, some that ripened. One or two got blossom end rot, but not much. I can cut that off and the tomatoes are still usable. The carrots, sometime next week, if the weather holds off, I'll be harvesting those and they will be coming home with me and going into storage. Rhubarb's still doing well. So there we go. Somebody's actually picked some rhubarb and they've left it over there on the grass verge for some reason. I keep saying to the plot holders, if you want some rhubarb, just come and take some, don't bother asking me. But somebody has actually took a dozen stalks off there and just left them on the grass verge. I don't know why, maybe they just picked them and forgot to take them or whatever, but I'm sure I'll find out if I ask some questions. We'll just go and close the greenhouse door. Forgot to do that. It's temperatures are going to start dropping tonight apparently. So there we go. There we go. This is the barbecue that Bill built or innovated out of an old oven tray and an oven shelf, and actually it worked quite well. It really did. Wendy and I had quite a good lunch off that, with the chops and the steaks and the sausages. As you remember, last week we were supposed to be having a meeting, which we had the meeting, but it was supposed to be followed by a barbecue, but nobody had a barbecue. And nobody brought anything except Wendy and I. So how can you have a barbecue and say you're going to organise a barbecue and nobody has a barbecue? That's just a little bit silly. That's a faux pas. So it's got to be organised all the better next year. Otherwise, we're just going to look silly again. So there we go. That barbecue is going to be coming down shortly because I need the bricks or the concrete blocks to put in front of the greenhouse there to make the path. There we go. I will get some more bricks. I'm thinking of actually building a barbecue here, just a small one that Wendy and I can use or whatever, This one I put there simply because that seemed the flagstone there that it's actually sitting on seemed to be the most level one, but it is in how can I put it? It's in the way of the water, but basically you can get a watering can down there, but it's very difficult. You have to struggle getting it up again. I've got a new tap for this water butt here, which I'm going to fit sometime next week if the rain ever stops, and maybe come down and sort this monstrosity of a gutter out so that it goes into it and doesn't run all the water away. Now here's an interesting fact for those of you that don't know. I was watching a YouTube video the other day. Someone in America has a garden or a community plot. They call them community gardens over there, not allotments. And apparently in some states of America you can't have water butts or anything. It's actually illegal to harvest rainwater. How can it be illegal to save things that's coming, basically just falling out of the sky? How could you have a law that says it's illegal to contain it in some form of a container, or catch it in some form of a container? But, I never get over what the Americans do or how the Americans think. But there you go. That's their bylaws, and in some states, the bylaws state that it is illegal to harvest rainwater. Which means, obviously, that the guys on the community plots down there have to use normal mains water, which to me is just a waste of a resource, really. But never mind. Right, I'm heading off home again now. Just come down to make sure everything was okay after the recent downpour yesterday, which was the 9th of September, and it's going to happen today. I just wanted to make sure that the site wasn't underwater, basically, and that proves to be the case. It's not underwater, so hopefully we'll get some good weather next week, and I can get down here and get something done, except digging, apparently. But never mind. There we go. That's it for now. I'll keep you posted, and happy gardening. Well, look at this, guys. My improvised overflow device is working just fine. Never mind for £15-20 for the materials I need to overflow into this log. No chance. A bottle, an empty bottle of ginger ale with which I mixed whiskey and enjoyed so much, is being put to good use now. And as you can see from the joint, it ain't leaking that much. There we go. I'd call that a success, and it's what allotmenteering's all about: innovation, inventation, and doing a job on the cheap. Right, guys, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to tackle this guttering. As you can see, whoever put it on, that's just a roofing batten. That is no way is that going to support a guttering. No way. The guttering's sloping the wrong way and it dipped in the middle, and all because of this. It's just stupid. So what I've done, I've taken the guttering off, as you can see. I'm going to take these battens off. Luckily for me, it's all one batten, so if I mark it, I can find out where the studs inside the shed are because of these holes. I'll just drill through the previous holes, and I should be somewhere near right. And then I'll reattach the clips, making sure that they slope at least 1 centimetre or so, and reattach the guttering, and that should be it. The guttering should be okay. The only thing I've got to do, sorry about the wind if it's bothering you, is find some pipe for the end to go into the water, but that shouldn't be a big problem. There should be some old pipe knocking about somewhere. I'm sure there is somewhere on the allotment, but never mind. I've got to put a bigger plank on there, which is going to obscure some of the windows, but we don't bother about that because we never do anything in the shed apart from store tools, so windows are superfluous. It's not as if we need the light in there, and it's not my shed anyway. There we go. I just share it like I share the greenhouse. Alright, that's the next job. I'll bring you back when I've finished and show you the result. I hate sloppy workmanship. That's just me. If you've got to do something, do it, and do it well, and do it once instead of having to do it over and over again. That's just my opinion. I don't know about you guys out there. You can comment below if you want to, and I will try to answer the comments, but there we go. Alright, I'll bring you back when I've done that. Right, okay guys, or okay guys, if the wind's bothering you, I'm sorry. I've done the guttering on the shed, as you can see. it may look like a hell of a fall on there, but really it isn't. It's the standard fall for a house guttering. The reason it looks like a large fall is because whoever moved the shed, and I'm assured it was moved from one plot to another, they didn't make sure it was level. It's like 6 to 9 inches higher at the back where the water butts are than it is at the front. So although the guttering looks like it's got a hell of a fall on it, it's not. It's the roof that's sloping from back to front. You know, but it's all working now. I just need a little bit of downpipe on the end there and direct it into the water butt, and there you go. Job done. Job's a good one. Harvesting rainwater. Why not? Why use the resources out the tap? Water's a precious thing anyway. You know, so I'm told it's a precious commodity, and we're losing it slowly but surely. But there we go. So that's it. Job done. Those are the jobs I've come down to do for today. As you can see, I've got my beer on the workbench there. So I'm going to sit down and I'm going to finish that. I'm going to pick the tomatoes that are ripe in the greenhouse, and I think I'll call it a day for today because it's around about 3 o'clock now, something like that. Let me just pan round to other people's plots. Here we go. There's quite a few down today. It's quite a nice day, even though the weather did forecast rain. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go off and I'm going to go on the cadge for some drain pipe, or downspout as people call it. Maybe someone has some, maybe someone hasn't. I've actually seen some on another person's plot, but you can't just take it. You've got to ask them, wouldn't you? But unfortunately the guy whose plot it is isn't down today. So there we go. That's it now. Slowly panning round. I will leave you, and as always, I will say, catch you next time. Happy gardening. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I've got 46 subscribers now. That's good. I'd like to make it 100 before my birthday. I'm 60 on the 4th of January 2018. Please, if you want to give me a birthday present, don't send me anything through the post. Just subscribe to my channel. Okay?